Hey YouTubers, and welcome to Bevins Bricks. I'm Daryl, and as promised, my next video was going to be on my vintage Pizza Hut mock. As a matter of fact, I'll show a picture right here what I modeled it after. As you can see in that picture, they've actually put the modern sign on it, but I wanted to keep mine with a more vintage look, so I went with more of the vintage size and style of the sign. Mind you, mine isn't an exact size, but I still think it's a very good representation. As you can see in the picture, there was a small electrical box or something on the side of the building, and then their air conditioner was up on the roof, and so were the vented tiles, and this is supposed to represent the electrical feed that actually came in from the top of the building, which once I get this build placed into my city, I will be placing a rope or string or something to that point to give it that exact appearance. And then I also included two lights on the top of the building to even add to the detail. Now what I did is in the front half, just like on the one by me, the front half is white with the brown trim around the windows. On the back here, that tile, I don't know, it's faded or something, I'm going to end up having to replace it, but I left these clips, so if I want to put a sign on this side of the building as well, I can. But I tried to capture the original appearance of the build as much as possible. And here is one of the coolest things about this build that you would never even guess until I actually show you. And it just absolutely fascinates me. It's a little hidden trick, and I hope you're as impressed with it as I am. But anyway, we move this air conditioner out of the way, and I have a little dummy switch down in here, and we can click that on, and we now have lights. This will be my first mock that I've actually built with lights. As a matter of fact, let me turn off some of my lighting. And now, as you can see, this model is fully illuminated. I could not be happier with it. I am extremely excited about it. I love how it turned out. It's a really simple, easy design. As a matter of fact, here we'll try and get up as close as we can to the inside, which I am going to show more detail and open it up here in just a second. You can actually see back into the bathroom. You can see into the side doors. It just really finished the build off for me. I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. I am just absolutely ecstatic with it. Probably be a little easier to see with the light on. But as you can see inside here, and it is very hard to do, I have a little pizza oven with boxes stacked up on top in the kitchen. I have a little soda machine and a refrigerator. And then here I have on the inside, I have a couple tables in the waiting area, and you can see back into the bathroom. I know the video doesn't do it as quite a justice as it could. As a matter of fact, we will open this up and take a closer look on the inside of it. I'm going to leave the lights on just so you can see. That is, well, that's all the lights are. And what that is, just so I can touch on that, it's a real, I kind of got the idea. My daughter loves to go to the dollar store and pick up things all the time. And while we were there, I saw these holiday lights. It was $2 to light up this entire build. I thought it was extremely cheap, and I thought, why not try and light up a building with them for a change? And like I said, I personally could not be happier with how the system turned out. With the Pizza Hut mock the way it is, because you have the raised tiles up here in the center for the raised part of the ceiling, it gave me a ton of room for all the wire that came with this set. Plus, not only that, it gave me a ton of space to hide this battery box. These tiles are representations of the gutter that runs around the entire roof on the building. It's kind of hard to see that in the picture of the building, as you could see earlier in the video, but that is what it is. And then as far as the lights on top themselves, it's really quite simply just a 1x2 round brick, or square, I'm sorry, a 1x2 brick, clear brick. And that is snapped to a curved piece, which has been put into a peg there on the end, which holds it in place. And then the sign itself is all supported by that bar that you see there. Trying to get it to zoom in a little better. And it's just a clip on every one of the letters. I'll try and push them up so you can see them a little better. But that's all the sign is. And that's what gives this building all of its detail. Anyway, now that we've covered the light portion of it, let's go back to the building itself. Now here in the building, what I've done is I gave it a formal dining area. Like I said, like most of the vintage Pizza Huts that I had ever been to as a kid anyway. And then you had the little flower boxes behind the booths in the corner over here. And I have a small, it's a pizza. As a matter of fact, these items are removable. So let me pull that out of there. Anyway, here we have a small, what I did, instead of doing a salad bar, I made it a pizza bar. And I have it complete with heat lamps up on the top. I have 2 pizzas down on the bottom, and then I have a stack of plates here on the end of the pizza bar for the patrons to come and make their own plates if they want, because there was pizza bars back in the day. There wasn't enough room for me to add a salad bar, or I would have added that as well. But anyway, I thought that was a really unique touch. The other thing that I am extremely excited about is the oven, which, like I said again, that also comes right out. Let's get that up close. Now with the oven, as you can see, I made a little conveyor belt, as if anybody is familiar with working at a pizza place. How they usually work is you have the oven with the little conveyor that it runs through, and they set the pizza on one end of the conveyor, and when it comes out the other end of the conveyor, the pizza's done. I put the temperature controls and all that on the front of the oven, and the settings for that. And then I stacked a bunch of 2x2 plates to give it the appearance of them stacking pizza boxes up on the top of the oven in the back room. Like I said, it gave them a little added touch of detail to the kitchen that I thought was extremely cool. Anyway, now that we have those items out of the inside of the interior, like I said again, there's an order window here for people to get and take their takeout. Then here is an employee entrance to come in and out there. And then here is the bathroom door as well. And then the patrons that actually stay to eat, obviously the waitress would come out and tell them they can either have the salad bar or the pizza bar, which we will put that back in. They can either have the pizza bar or they can order a specialty pizza, and that would be brought to them, and a salad if they wish. Anyway, now that we are looking at that and we have a little more room, again, try and give you a better view. I have a soda fountain over here with cups stacked on top of it and lids for those cups, for the good to go to cups. And for people that are actually dining in here, you could open this up and there'll be some glasses and other things in storage. But this is supposed to be the refrigerator for the kitchen. And as I do with all my builds, I made sure I put a detailed bathroom in it. So I have the toilet with a little water in it. And I have my sink, which you can see right there next to the toilet. And I have a small paper towel dispenser. Let's see if we can look at it a little better from this direction. Not super great, but like I said, I always try to put as much detail into any and all of my builds as possible. I'm really excited about this build. I think it's really covered well. Let me put the oven back in there. But I feel like I've got all the important details of a vintage Pizza Hut anyway covered in this build. I'll be putting some minifigs, of course, in it very soon, as of course what wouldn't be complete without all the minifigs. Something else, if you notice when you originally looked at the picture at the beginning of this video, there is a black box on the side of it. I'm assuming that was for a gas line or something, but either way, I made sure that I put that little brown box on the side of the building as well. Let's get the roof back on the building now. Now I'll do one final take of the entire build. Again, this is the retro Pizza Hut build that I've made, and I am extremely excited about it. I can't wait to get it on loaded up to you guys to see what your opinions and thoughts are of it. I really liked how it turned out, and I have to say thank you to JC at Small Brick City, because he built a modern version of one, and it gave me the thoughts and ideas to go ahead and build a retro styled one. And I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. I think it's a great representation of how the old Pizza Huts looked. I will place this in my city at some point in the future. As a matter of fact, let's turn the lights off one more time just to give it a nice final view of how it looks all lit up. Again, I could not be happier with it. I'm really tickled with how it turned out. I hope you guys enjoy it too. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment below. I always look forward to talking with any and all of my subscribers. And again, I also want to say a quick thank you to all my subscribers. As I noticed at the time of this recording, I'm at 1,400. So, I mean, thank you, each and every one of you. I really appreciate it. As always, though, I thank you for coming to Bevins Bricks. Please feel free to comment, share, like below, and we will see you next time on Bevins Bricks.